I lied. Friends. I lied to you, not on purpose, but I did lie to you about the last live stream being the last live stream of 2025. I'm sorry. I just discovered something that I just want to share it with someone else. So, I have been and am still a champion, evangelist for Songmaster Pro. And somebody said, well, I could do the same thing in Logic. And I was like, no, you can't. And the response to that is still yes and. You know, I'm a yes and versus a yes but kind of a guy. Okay. So I was forced, I didn't want to, but I was forced to buy a new MacBook. With that, I was able to take advantage of the new Logic Pro, which will allow you to get stems. All right? And I was like, let me see what this is all about. And I really wanted to see what the sound quality is like. All right? So let's take a look at something here real quick. Familiar song, you will know this song. This is Phil Collins, In the Air Tonight. And let's mute the vocals and the guitar and all this stuff. And I suspect that this is one of the ways that some of the guys that react to sessions get their stems. I just find it hard to believe that somebody would have access to all these recording sessions. I do have the Let's Go Crazy sessions, which is pretty amazing to listen to. But I suspect this is how they get it. When the drums and the bass come in, let's check this out. Now, it didn't separate all of these. I wonder if it could split even more. I would be surprised if it could split more than that. What's up, Big Mike? Let's see, 45 seconds. Let's see how fast it goes. I don't know if it's going to be able to take more out of this. What I want to do here is, and I'm doing this like for real. What I want to do is see the sound quality between this and Songmaster. I think that they're comparable, but I think that Logic may be a little bit better. But why would you use one over the other? And we're going to talk about that in a second as well. Hang on a second. Let's see. How deeper does this rabbit hole go? Not that much deeper. Wait a minute. No, it didn't do anything. So it can't. So it just got like the overall drum track. You didn't know. Hey, you didn't know that bass line was that deep, huh? You didn't know that bass line was that. I know you didn't know. I'm trying to tell you. This bass line, this whole thing. What's crazy about this tune? You see how long this is just like, you got all this before some shit really, really jumps off in this song. That's crazy. Now, cool. But the Logic Pro 11 is about $200. All right. I would use something like this if I wanted to like make remixes and things of that nature. All right, let's listen to the sound quality. Songmaster. Comparable. played bass? Let me know if you know who played bass on this. So the sound is comparable, but the tools are different. You dig? The tools are different. So Logic is not going to have things like the phrase trainer and the key trainer. The phrase trainer and the key trainer on these two things over here on Songmaster are like where the real magic lives, especially if you're trying to learn fast stuff. Vocals, let's see. John, thank you, Mikhail. My parents had to name me Ted. I ain't get a cool name like that. I'm just playing. My name is Theodore, which means God's gift. Pause. Okay. Let's go. I'm so silly. Let's hear it. If you were producing and making, Jade in the building. What's up, Jade? Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all that stuff. Down there fishing. You could tell I don't fish, huh? Let's see. I think the sound is comparable. The sound is comparable. David says, "What a joke." You talking about me? You talking about me? Don't go around here with no fighting words. I'll find you. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let's see. Like I said, I'm just getting this new computer going, so I don't have a whole lot of audio on here just now, but let's see. Let's get us a new thing in here and see what it does. Drag some other audio in here. Okay, cool. I have this already loaded up into another thing. I know, Jade, I be seeing you fishing, man. So the splitting is actually is pretty quick too. Mikhail, that's good information because I don't know that name. Let's see how fast this goes. I found it to be pretty quick. When I talk about tools, you got to use whatever tool that works for you. So for Logic, it's not going to have those slow down features and all that stuff. Also, it's $200 and you've got to have a Mac and you've got to have a newer Mac to do it. So I'm impressed though. I can't lie. So I think the sound is comparable for sure. Let's see. This is the same tune. So listen, I'm just discovering this. I'm just discovering this myself. I'm gonna say this is how I'm gonna say that this is how folks are doing their reactions to to tracks. I can't imagine that all these creators would have access to the original stems, the original recordings and stuff. I'm gonna guess that this is how they're doing it. If not Logic with something, some other DAW. I don't even know what I've been using Logic for so long. I don't even know what other DAWs are out there. But Mikhail says he passed away a few years ago. Great fretless player. I'm gonna have to do some research, man. I'm gonna have to do some research and see what I can see about that brother. Palau, what's good? So does Songmaster take any song from your library and strip tracks, or does it play? Great question. Fantastic question. So with both of these, you need the song to be in your library. The song has to be in your library. It can't be something that you stream. It cannot be something you stream. So, anyway, that's it, man. Oh, David says he's not a Logic fan. Tell me why. Tell me why you don't like Logic, and what do you use? What do you use is what I want to know. I'm going to tell you what DAW I do not like. I never liked is Pro Tools. And I mean strictly from a, like a home studio, creative on the go type of standpoint. I mean, I know that it's the industry standard and does what it does, but I tried Studio One for a while when it first came out. Palau says original MP3s. Yes. If it's in your library, you can use it. You can put it in there. But again, I just bought this Mac. I had to buy a new Mac. I did not want a new Mac. I wanted a new Mac. You know what I'm saying? You know when you got to go spend some money on something and you ain't really trying to do it, but you have to do it? That's kind of where I was. Because if you saw any of the live streams in the past year, I couldn't do all the screen sharing and stuff like that. All my little animations and all that, all this, it wasn't popping. It wasn't popping at all. So, I'm like, I got to bring up the game. So if the song is on your computer, you can put it in the Songmaster. Yep, it's got to be on your computer. I can't tell you how to acquire the song. Preferably you buy it. Let me say that again for the community guidelines. It's preferable that you buy it. Palau says I'm bragging. Yes, I am. Oh, I feel you there. I don't know anything about that particular tool. Because my use of Logic, like when I use it for ideation and stuff like that, I'll just do my I may play to a click track, or I may play to a scratch drum track or something like that, and then start layering on top of that. So I think everybody's use is gonna be unique to them. Does it take Guitar Pro like notes too? Do you, Palau? Let me see if I understand you. Are you talking about the software Guitar Pro where you have like tabs and stuff? If that's what you mean, the answer to that question is going to be no. It's got to be audio. But let me know if I understand your question correctly though. Man, so hold on a second, y'all. Hold on. I want to see something else now. Now I'm curious. about something else, and I don't know what's in my library. Again, new computer. Let me go. Let me get one of my own songs from my album, and see. I gotta go to Dropbox though. Okay, cool. Here's something. So I got this gig tonight at 10. Load-in is at 9. Ask me if I have a set list. And I didn't want to be the squeaky wheel, but somebody else asked for the set list, and I was like, praise the Lord. Someone else asked for a set list. But listen, you know, my motto is somebody else's lack of preparation does not become my crisis. we're gonna do what it's gonna do. And I think it'll be a fun gig, actually. David says, I'm old head, had to go deep into the MIDI code. Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, so you was back there in them days. I remember that. I remember that back in the day. Did you ever use Cakewalk back in the day? So this is my tune. So when YouTube tries to give me a copyright claim on this, I got to go back and say I do own the rights to this music. Who's that bass player? Huh. That would be me. By the way, my album is available on Bandcamp, brothertheodore.bandcamp.com. This is a song called The 504. Let's go on and use the stem splitter on this. We can get vocals, drums, bass, guitar, piano, and other. You know what? Hold on a second. I missed out on what that other thing said. I guess it's too late. Or it's not. Let's see. Submix. I don't know what that means. You can tell I'm new at this thing. I remember in David, I remember in if I remember correctly, like Cakewalk, you had to like do all that routing and stuff. It's been so long. It's been so long. The latency was not the same length everywhere when we started. True that. And then trying to do it like when home recording first started, gee whiz. Could you imagine trying to do any of that stuff? Anything like now on gear from back then? I'm going to tell you what I wish I had to record on just for shits and giggles is a 4-track. I used to have the Tascam 424, and somehow I was routing a Fostex 16-channel board into that. Then Yamaha came out with a mini disc 4-track, MD something or other. That was a good technology. And the Yamaha AW4416, when that joint came out, Yamaha AW4416, I had two of those. Recording was great, but editing, if you had to do none of this visual editing stuff like we have here now. Okay, I've separated these stems. Yo, this is Scott Keller on drums. Scott is touring with Fantastic Negrito now. If Fantastic Negrito is on the road right now. That ain't bad. Damn, boy, I was kind of. That bass, if anybody is interested, the bass on this track is that Mike Law 5V that's on the wall right there. That sucker right there is the bass on this track. Funky Bass says, I believe the bass split is much better in Logic. You know, so far, I think to my ear, so far it's comparable, but, I think it's damn good. Again, if you missed it, when would you use what? Because at this point, like everything, thank you. Everything, like to be able to separate stems is like the price of admission these days. You know what I mean? It's like everything has got to have some semblance of AI, quote unquote, infused into it. Everything's got to say AI powered and all that shit. So that's sort of the price of admission. But I'm certainly, you know, I'm a Songmaster Pro evangelist. You know this. For practicing and learning, I would still err on the side of Songmaster for that. Logic, I would use, now that I have access to it, I would, like if I wanted to do remixes or, you know, that's my man, Eamon Flynn. Eamon Flynn on keys. If you remember the movie The Commitments, you remember? Let me know, you old suckers in the if you old like me, let me know if you remember the movie The Commitments from the 90s. Eamon Flynn played keys in that band. David says, "No, okay, David, I'm gonna have to disagree with you just a little bit on that, and I'm gonna tell you why. I've been playing with a cat here in New Orleans, originally from Baton Rouge, did the Berkeley thing, and also did the LA thing for a while. He's the only drummer in town that uses triggers on drums. He uses triggers on his acoustic set, and he's got the pad, but he's incredibly musical. With, you know, we were in a shed just recently, and this is gonna sound kind of funny. For drummers, I be needing more Questlove than I tell any drummer. I want Questlove before I want John Bonham. So stay the hell off the ride. You know, give me more of the bottom. I say the bottom part of the kit than the top part of the kit. If you can't make that shit musical, stay off all that. I love when a drummer can make it feel good and make it musical with the least amount of stuff. Nate Smith is a great example of that. The Commitments was a great film. Destination Anywhere. But that's Eamon Flynn playing keys on this. And he's got his own project out as well. You could find him at Emo Fly on Instagram.
And dance all night and walk around with your booze. I done been all over the world, seen beauty from coast to coast.
Listen in, man. Cause y'all, oh. Hey, man. I remember The Commitments too.
But there's still one place at the bottom of the map that folks out the most. 504. New Orleans.
That is my boy Nate Cameron on vocals.
504. No place like 504. Yeah. It's New Orleans. 504. Town, digging town, Holly Grove, Magnolia to the mouth for me.
And that's me.
The sun shines brighter when it shines on the Gulf Coast. Finest thing you ever seen. Long Island, Gentilly, Uptown, Mid-City, jumping to break of day. They all wanna know where I got that swag from. I got it down in Tremaine. See, I've been all over the world, seen beauty from coast to coast. But there's still one place at the bottom of the map where folks are the most. The 504. It's New Orleans. The 504. Let me tell you about where I'm from. The 504. Yeah.
This is bringing back a little some chills for me, a little, because I remember the way this song came about. I was living in California at the time. Me and Nate were both living in California at the time. And I love to walk. I am a walker. I'm walking. Yes, indeed. And I was out on one of my morning walks and I hummed the bass line into my voice recorder and I sent it over to him and I said, hey man, write a verse for this bass line. And then he came in and then we were just flipping it back and forth and that's what happened. If you play the tenor sax, then can I enjoy that fretless thing of mine? I'm not from Georgetown. I'm not sure I know what you're talking about. But okay.
New Orleans, the 504, yeah.
Unane, we got the fire, whole lot of soul, passion and desire. Roots run deep, more than jambalaya. Been through it all, down here in the bayou. Unane, we got the fire, whole lot of soul, passion and desire. Roots run deep, more than jambalaya. We've been through it all in the 504. It's New Orleans, the 504.
I'm about to have some fun with this. But I wanted to share that with y'all, man. I think it's dope. Between the two, again, I would use this, and I think I'm about to slip out of my creative bag here for some stuff. I'm feeling it. But is it a necessarily an educational tool? No. Not like Songmaster. That's what the point I was getting, because I get, the ADHD thing. But there's the price difference, and then there's the other tools that Songmaster has. This is what, $200, $300 for Logic, and you got to have a certain kind of system. But Songmaster will run pretty much on anything. You know what I mean? So this is for real the last live stream of 2025. For real this time. I mean it. Hey, y'all have a happy and safe new year. We gonna have some fun in 2026. We're gonna make it do what the hell it do. It ain't rocket science, it's pocket science. Peace.